Ashley here with HeartHookHome.com, and today we are learning how to crochet the gorgeous Yarn Over Lace Tunisian crochet stitch. This crochet stitch is easy, it's fun, it's pretty mindless, it works up pretty fast, and it's gorgeous on both sides. See, that's a reverse side, but isn't that absolutely beautiful? I love this stitch. I hope you do too, so let's learn it together. In order to crochet the Tunisian Yarn Over Lace stitch, you can start with any number of chains as long as it's an even number. So your stitch multiple is technically 2. Just make sure that it's even. Here I've got 14 chains. I'm going to do my traditional foundation chain or foundation row of Tunisian crochet where I go into the back bar of the second chain from the hook and I pull up a loop, and I'm going to pull up a loop in each one of these chains all the way until I get to the end of the row. When you get all of your loops on your hook, you should have as many loops as you did chains to start. So I should have my 14 loops here. Now we are going to do our backward pass, and this is going to be the same in this row and in all future rows. We're going to chain 1, and that is going to be the side of our work over here, the left edge. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way to the end of the row. Beautiful. This is our foundation row of Tunisian crochet. Now for the first actual yarn over lace row, what we're going to do is make sure that this loop over here is not too big. We're going to make sure that's nice and taut on your hook. We're going to go under the first 2 vertical bars. So this one outside here never counts. We're going to go under this one and this one. This is called a Tunisian simple stitch 2 together because technically we're decreasing since we are pulling up 1 loop in those 2 stitches. So that is technically a Tunisian decrease. Really, any way that you remove 1 loop from your hook is considered a decrease. Now, we don't want to decrease our stitches, so for the next stitch, we're going to yarn over. So that puts 1 stitch back on the hook that we just took off right here. So it makes it a wash. We're going to go under the next 2 vertical bars, and we're going to Tunisian simple stitch 2 together, right? So the yarn over compensates for the decrease that we're doing down here. So yarn over, go under the next 2 vertical bars, just like this, and pull up 1 loop. Yarn over, go under the next 2 vertical bars, and pull up a loop, and continue all the way until we get to the end. And there's something we will do at the end of every single row. Just like we at the very beginning here, you'll notice that we did not yarn over when we made this one here. We just went straight into those first 2 vertical bars. Every other one we did do a yarn over before inserting our hook. So at the end here, we've got our yarn over. We went through these 2 stitches and pulled up our loop. Now we're going to yarn over every single row. We're going to yarn over here and pull up a loop in the outside 2 bars of that outside stitch from the previous row. Right? So we yarned over, we inserted our hook under both of those sides of that stitch and pull up a loop. So now we should again have the same number of loops on our hook as we did stitches to start. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Perfect. Now we're going to do the backward pass as we will the entire time, where we chain 1, and yarn over, pull through 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way to the end of the row. And we'll do this together again because once you get going a little bit with this stitch, you can really see how they almost pair up together. The 2 loops, see how they kind of go together in this beautiful little swoopy look here? It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's do another row together. Remember at the beginning here, this very first one, you do not do a yarn over. You just go straight on in to those vertical bars. Make sure that this loop out here is not super big. We're going to pull it just nice and tight and pull up that loop. Now for every stitch for the rest of the row, we're yarning over, go through these 2 here and pull up 1 loop. Now the two that you're picking up here are this one that's coming straight out of the top of that one, and this one that's kind of going at a diagonal. The diagonal ones are the ones that were your yarn overs in the previous row. Yarn over, go through both of those vertical bars, and pull up one loop. Again, again, again. And when you get to the end, yarn over always and go through both sides of that outside loop, just like that. We're going to yarn over. Perfect. We should have our 14 stitches again, and now we're going to yarn over, pull through one, and we can do our backward pass. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this stitch. Now, when we are ready to fasten off of the Tunisian Yarn Over Lace stitch, in order to maintain the stitch count that we had at the beginning, if we had 14 up here, ideally you would like to end with 14 just for seaming purposes, etc. What I would do instead of doing just these Tunisian simple stitch 2 together, go ahead and do that like we've been doing the whole time. We're not going to do a yarn over. We're going to go into the top bar of this stitch from the backward pass. That way we've got 2 slip stitches per set, as we should, to maintain the stitch count from the first row, if that makes sense. So we've got 2 here. We're going to go into these 2, just like we would have if we were crocheting the row, and slip stitch. And then we're going to go into the top bar of that chain from the backward pass and do a slip stitch right in here. And that is going to maintain our stitch count so that we have 2 slip stitches where we had 2 chains at the beginning. And now when I get to the outside, I'm going to go under both loops like I normally would, and I'm just going to slip stitch here. And that is all there is to the beautiful Tunisian Yarn Over Lace stitch. It's absolutely gorgeous. Makes for beautiful wraps and shawls and anything wearable. I mean, it's even beautiful as a washcloth. So I hope you love it, and I will look forward to crocheting again with you soon. Thanks for watching.